Many couples get engaged over Valentine's Day, and if you were one of them, congratulations. But we all know what that means. It is time to start the long planning process.
Yeah, and start it quickly, too, because you're going to run out of time. But editorial director of Martha Stewart Weddings, Darcy Miller, is here. Darcy's going to help you to set the priorities straight on everything from the location to the season to the color palettes and a lot more. Welcome back.
Hi, Darcy.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, so earlier we heard from Miss Martha herself. She said you have to be fearless in everything. That includes your wedding.
Yes.
So what are the four most important things to think about?
Well, I think that the first thing is to be relaxed and be organized, but it is overwhelming when you get engaged. So if you're trying to figure out what kind of wedding you want and what the style is, the four things to get you started or to get you inspired would be your location, the season, the color, or the tradition. So the first thing is to think about where you want to get married. Where do your friends live? Do you want to do it where you live at the moment, or do you want to go to a destination? And then once you kind of pick that location, it helps dictate the rest. These are examples of a wedding that we did in the magazine that is, they got inspired by Saratoga Springs. The groom had grown up going there. His parents had a house there. So kind of the, it's known for the horse racing.
It's like the location has its own personality.
Exactly,
right?
and that dictated the color palette, which also was inspired by jockey, colors, and there was a, signature cocktail, the Thoroughbred Cooler, and again, before you just, get engaged and say, oh, what should my centerpiece be? If you are going to get married in a ballroom that has a red rug, then go with red.
Right.
Don't try to fight the location.
That makes sense. What about choosing the season? I know picking the date can be very intimidating for a lot of people.
Right. Well, the season really affects the style of the wedding, sometimes the cost of the wedding. You should first talk about, you want to give yourself, I think, at least 6 to 8 months, nothing less, because it makes it too stressful to have a super short engagement. But you, in a way, don't want to be engaged for 3 years because you're going to keep on finding different dresses that you like.
You're still going to put it off to the last 6 months.
So
you actually give tips that say that you should match up your food, your beverage, all that good stuff with the season.
Exactly. So once you figure out what your season is, think about, do you dream of having a winter wonderland? Or would you rather, if you love nature and you love this bride, Laura Norman, did love butterflies and flowers and botanical prints. So it was perfect for her to get married in spring.
That's great.
And also
think about it.
And also because the flowers are going to be more affordable if they're in season. The food is more affordable, and also, it's it makes more sense if you love peonies to not get married in January. Not that you can, today you can get anything at any time of year.
It's going to cost you more.
It's going to cost you more.
Darcy, let's talk about the color scheme, because this would intimidate the you-know-what out of me if I saw this as a bride.
This is actually supposed to make your life easier.
Okay, good.
Because color can really help pull all the details. You have so many decisions to make, from your bridesmaids' dresses to the calligraphy on, the place cards.
Wow.
So
these colors all look really nice. How did this couple choose?
Well, this couple chose blue and green. It's nice to choose 2 colors and even maybe a third neutral and accent like gray or silver or gold or white. That would be like what you would do your writing with, or some other accent colors. But today there's so many choices. Actually, Desi does this great color system with this Pantone wedding fan, and it allows you to see, kind of what colors look good together. And then they have swatches of all the dresses. And what's super is then you can order these, which are actually, these chips. So you can send it to your cake baker, or you can send it to your bridesmaids and say, this is going to be the color of your dress. Find shoes, or, whether it's your florist or your stationer.
That's a smart idea.
Because you could say to someone, it's Kelly green. But Kelly green could be a different green.
All great tips. And we know that family traditions are also important, and there's lots of information about that. Just pick up a copy of Martha Stewart Weddings. Thanks again, Darcy.
Thank you for having me.